Hello students. Today's video is titled Plotting Fractions and Decimals on a Number Line. Up until now, we've been working with number lines, but we've just been plotting integers, whole numbers that are negative, positive, and zero. So what happens when we get into plotting fractions and decimals? Let's look at our first example. First example says that we're going to plot 3/2 on the number line below, okay? So the first thing is, if you're given an improper fraction and you're asked to plot it on a number line, you're not doing that. That's a no-go. So we've got to switch this out into a different form. Now remember when we first started the school year, we did this through long division. So 3 divided by 2, long division. How many 2's fit into 3? 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And we subtract, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So as a mixed number, remember top, bottom side, 3/2 is the same as 1 and 1/2, 1 and 1/2. So if we would take this number line, and we would want to plot 1 and 1/2, we know that that's going to be 1 and a little bit more. Not quite 2, somewhere between 1 and 2. Now, I know that you know it's going to be right here in the middle because half is going to be in the middle, but I want to do something so that when this isn't a 2, you can apply it to any mixed number. What you want to do is look at the denominator of your mixed number. See how it's a 2? So what you want to do is split the distance between 1 and 2 into 2 equal sections. Whatever that denominator is, that's how many equal sections you want to make. So if I take this distance and make 2 equal sections, I'll probably put my little marker about right there because this distance looks to be just about the same as that distance. Okay, so now you look to the numerator, and that's how many spaces you move from the 1. So we've split this into 2 equal sections. That's the denominator. Now we're going to just move 1 to the right. This is the location of 1 and 1/2. Now, there's another way to do this. Let's say you didn't want to do it that way. Let's say you wanted to change 1 and 1/2 into a decimal. Well, to do that, you've got to get either tenths or hundredths or thousandths on the bottom here. So since we can turn a 2 into a 10 by multiplying by 5, so if we multiply 2 times 5, we're going to get tenths. And then 1 times 5 would be 5. So 1 and 5/10. Well, we could divide this space into 10 equal sections. And if we split this space into 10 equal sections, it might look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now look at the numerator. This is where we go, or how many spots we go to the right of 1, and it's a 5. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Look at how 1 to 2, 1 to 2, no matter if you leave it as 1 and 1/2, split it into 2 equal sections and go 1 to the right, or 1 and 5/10, split it into 10 equal sections and go 5 to the right, you're going to land at the same location. Now, 1 and 5/10 as a decimal, of course, is 1.5. And we know 1.5, if we go to the third number line, is going to fall halfway between 1 and 2. Like if you think of money, if this was $1 and this was $2, $1.50 would be halfway between. So no matter which way you look at it, you're going to land at the same location. Pretty cool, huh? Let's try another one. The next one I want to do, very similar, but this time I just change the number. We're going to plot 7/4 on the number line. So once again, improper, don't want to deal with that. So let's get a mixed number by long division. So 7 divided by 4. Okay. 4 fits into 7, again, just once. 1 times 4 is 4. We subtract and we get 3. So top, bottom side, that's going to give us the mixed number 1 and 3/4. Okay, so we know 1 and a little bit of change here, 1 and 3/4, again, is going to fall between 1 and 2. So, like it's a little bigger than 1, but not quite 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to split this space into 4 equal sections. We'll do that first. And we're just eyeballing this. We're not actually measuring, we're just eyeballing it. So you ready? I'm going to try to split this into 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would count 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 1 equal section, 2 equal sections, 3, 4. Okay, now where do we plot the point? Well, we scoot the point 3 of those marks to the right of 1. So from the 1, we go 1, 2, 3. And this is approximately where 1 3/4 lives. Now, if we wanted to turn it into a decimal, well, let's see. Can we grow a 4 into a 10? No. Can we grow a 4 into 100? Yes. 4 times 25 is 100, and 3 times 25 is 75. So this will be 1 75/100. Now, if we wanted to, and I'm not saying we want to, we could split 1 to 2 into 100 equal sections and move 75 spaces to the right, and we would land at the same location. So I'm not going to do that. Can you imagine me trying to do this 100? I'm not going to take the time to do that, but this would be where 1 75/100 would be. Same location. But I don't think anybody wants to do that. And of course, 1 75/100 is the same as 1.75. So 1.75 would also live right here. And again, if we think of the split 4 ways here, here is your $1.75. If this was a buck, this was $2. Here's your $1.75. Of course, this would be a $1.25, and this would be a $1.50. Okay, so this is getting into it. This is how we're plotting fractions on a number line. All right, and the last one for this video, I just give it to you right in decimal form. Plot -3.7 on the number line. So we don't have to do any long division here, which is nice. Now, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people, including myself, when I go to plot -3.7, I'm like, okay, here's -3, here's -4. I know -3 and some change here is going to be between these two. I have to go -3 and a little bit more. And then I kind of just like, a lot of times I just eyeball it. I'll be like, well, I know halfway in between is like -3.5. So I'm just going to go a little bit further than that. But if you really want to be technical about it, then what you would do is rewrite this as -3 7/10. You would split this part into 10 equal sections. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then you would count 7 spaces. So from negative 3, this would be negative 3 and 1/10, negative 3 and 2/10, negative 3 and 3/10, negative 3 and 4/10, negative 3 and 5/10, negative 3 and 6/10, negative 3 and 7/10. So this is where negative 3.7 would live. So that's just a little bit on how to be a little bit more accurate when plotting fractions and decimals on your number line. Thanks for watching, and happy trails to you.